I have accepted the challenge to show the top 50 comic books in my collection. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everybody? I am the Dude Without Fear, and I have been watching so many freaking top 50 comic book videos over the last 2 weeks. And I finally made my way to Alex the Comic Hoarder's video where he tagged the entire YouTube comic book community to show off the top 50 books in your collection. And you know, man, I've been watching these collections, and you guys out there, you guys lay down some serious dough on comic books. You kind of make my collection look a little pathetic, in all honesty. But you know, I wasn't gonna make one because it's just like, man, I'm the only dude on YouTube that doesn't have a Hulk 181 in my collection, I guess. But then I was like, nah, you know, that just means that we're different types of collectors. They focus more on bigger keys. I focus more on runs. And you know, so I'm going to show off my collection because I'm not at all ashamed of my collection. And you shouldn't be ashamed of your collection because you should be collecting what you want to collect and how you want to collect, right? So picking only 50 books when you have a lot more than that is really freaking hard. It's like having 10,000 children, but you only can pick 50 to be in your will. And it's like almost impossible because you love them all, you know? So what I picked were, I guess, the biggest books in my collection, like the biggest keys that I have that I'm aware of, and also just some books that I think are really rad. They're really in no particular order until you get to like the top 5 or 10 or so, but here we go, in no real particular order. The first book that I want to show off is a book that you will see nowhere else on YouTube because I have the only one in existence, and it was a blank variant of Non-Stop Spider-Man #1, and one of my subscribers, my buddy Matt Gonzalez, drew me a sketch cover for it. My first cover I ever commissioned, and the only one that I've ever commissioned so far, but I hope to do more one day. But it is now Non-Stop Spider-Man 2099 #1, and you know, it's pretty freaking dope. I love that cover. I love that book. Thank you again, Gonzalez. At number 49 is X Factor #6, which is the first appearance of Apocalypse. And the reason that this is at number 49 is because this is the most money I've ever spent on a comic book. I think I spent somewhere around $60, 60 or more for it, and when I bought it, it was around, the movie hadn't come out yet, so it was hyped up and stuff, and I wanted it, and it was super fresh condition. Pulled out a back stock at my local comic shop from when he first ordered it, so it was like it came off the stands. So yeah, it's the most I've ever paid. So keep that in mind, because every other book in here I've paid less than that for. Most of these books I've paid cover price for. Some of them, you know, I wasn't collecting comics when they came out, but I paid less than that for it. So next up, we got Batman the Cult #4. The only thing really special about this book to me is that it's signed by Bernie Wrightson. And I'm not big on signatures, but I am big on Bernie Wrightson. He was a master. And I didn't get this signed from him. I bought it from a dude that did. And I think it's cool that I have something that he personally touched with a pen, because the stuff that he could create with a pen was incredible. Number 46, we have, make sure I'm right here, number 47, I'm sorry. Number 47, we have Daredevil number 600, the Adi Granov variant. I love this cover so much. This was the first time that I ever sought out a store exclusive cover, because there's just something about this cover that it's awesome. I love how they both look. Very cool book. Number 46, we have Final Crisis number 7, the first appearance of Calvin Ellis, I believe his name is, the Black Superman of a alternate Earth, who is also the president. Is he president of Earth or of America? I think it's of Earth, right? I don't know. I haven't read those. Batman and Robin Adventures Annual number 1. This is like the sequel to Mask of the Phantasm, which is one of the best Batman movies ever made, ever been in theaters. And it's just super dope. I love this book. I love the cover. Joker as the Phantasm, Batman showing up in the Blade. Super dope. Love that book. At number 44, my boy, Supervillain Classics, Galactus, The Origin. This is written by Stan Lee and drawn by Jack the King Kirby. And I love every inch of this book. It is awesome. I love Galactus, one of my favorite villains in the MCU. He ain't bad, he's just hungry, man. Alright, number 43 is Star Wars 17, from the Dark Horse era of Star Wars comics, the best era of Star Wars comics. This is the first appearance of Quinlan Vos, who in this title, Star Wars, later Republic, was one of the main characters, created by John Ostrander, and it's really freaking cool. If you've never read the Dark Horse Star Wars series, and you're a Star Wars fan, if you like Jedi, you are freaking missing out, man, because this series is incredible. And I love every issue of it. I will never get rid of this series unless I get rid of all my books and I cash out. But I don't plan on doing that. But I love this run. I love this series. Highly recommend it to any Star Wars fan out there. At number 42 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 112. This was a variant that was only available through some online store. I don't remember the name of the store. But if you're a subscriber, you know that I love me some Christmas comics. And that was just an amazing Christmas cover. You got the turtles outside, having a good old jolly Christmas time. And then inside you got Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird kind of just enjoying some coffee and watching their children have fun at Christmas. And I just thought that was super dope. And this is one of 950 printed. So it's a very small print run. At number 41, we have the first book that I ever flipped, that I ever sold on eBay after buying it for cover price. And I sold it the same day. And what got me into kind of selling some comics and trying to make the hobby fund itself a little bit, or fund part of itself. But this is Batman Damned, number 1. The first and hopefully only appearance of the Batwing. At number 40 is what I feel is a very undervalued book. It is one of the coolest Spider-Man covers of all time. It is Web of Spider-Man number 1. And I don't know, this book sells for around the same price as McFarlane's Spider-Man number 1. But there's so many more copies of McFarlane's than there is of this. And this is older, and I don't know why this doesn't command more money, because it is an amazing cover, and I love it. Speaking of McFarlane, I just bought this book not long ago because I had been looking for it for a while for the right price. I didn't want to overpay for it. As you can see, I don't like to pay a lot of money for books. I felt like my collection was lacking by not having this book in it. So I now own it, and I'm happy to own it. It is Spawn number 1. And that's coming in at number 39. Number 38, we have another Star Wars book, Star Wars Jedi Yoda. And this book is the first appearance of whatever the dude's name is. I don't know. He's from the video game Jedi Fallen Order, to my knowledge. I think that's why that book sells for what it sells for. But I've never played the game, so I don't know. But I like the book. I love all those Jedi books. They are all great. Number 37, we have Wolverine Origins number 10, which is the first appearance of Wolverine's son, Dakin, who was kind of cool when he came out, and kind of lame now. At number 36, we have Silver Surfer 44, which is the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. That thing right there. Love Silver Surfer. Number 35, we have Batman 428, The Death of Jason Todd. Number 34, another Adi Granov cover, Amazing Spider-Man 569, first appearance of Anti-Venom, who I actually prefer to Venom. Like, he looks cooler. The white with the black looks cool to me, and his powers are cool. Number 33, Daredevil Volume 2, number 9, the first appearance of Echo, who's about to show up in the MCU, Disney Plus. Really glad I paid like $3 for that and not what it's going for now. So I've seen Uncanny X-Men 141 a lot in these videos, and I don't have that book, but I have Uncanny X-Men 142, which I like this cover way more than the other cover. Like the Sentinel, I love Sentinels, and I love the Sentinel blowing Wolverine away. Like, I love this cover. I haven't been able to pick up a 141 yet because I haven't found one that I was willing to pay that much for. But I really love that book. Love that story. I prefer the animated version of the story, though, from the cartoon. Number 31, we have the first appearance of Jason Todd in Batman 357. Right? Yes, 357. I paid like $11 for this book, like, I don't know, a while ago, like a decade ago. And he knew it was the first appearance of Jason Todd. It just wasn't commanding as much money then. That was after Red Hood had come out too, pretty sure. So I don't know. Star Wars number 60 at number 30 is the origin of Asajj Ventress. Pretty cool villain. A lot of speculation that she's going to show up in some stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't keep up with Disney Star Wars because it's not Star Wars to me. Number 29 is Hulk 449, and it is the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. Number 28, this book's been kind of in the spotlight recently, not because it's amazing, but because some people are just stupid, and that's Amazing Spider-Man number 601, this iconic, now maybe infamous J. Scott Campbell cover with Mary Jane on it. If you follow J. Scott Campbell on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. Number 27 is Batman Volume 3, number 89, which is the first appearance of the Joker's new boo, Punchline. Or first cameo appearance, I guess. Hell Arisen 3 is her first appearance. I bought this book at number 26 when I was like 12 years old, starting my collection up. Maybe 11, I don't know. But I was more focused on not the condition of the book, but getting the book as cheaply as I could without it being just a trash copy. So this is like a very fine copy of X-Men number 4, the first appearance of Omega Red, who is a super dope villain. I love Omega Red. Number 25. You know, I was watching Swagglehaus's video or whatever. Swagglehaus, right? Swagglehaus. Watching his video, and he said that this cover was bad but good, and I really wanted to dislike his video because of that statement, but his number one video and why it was his number one made me like the video, so I didn't. I had mercy on him. But never talk bad about Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 1. Man, that cover is freaking awesome. What do you mean that cover's so bad? You're so bad! That cover's amazing, dude. It's my favorite cover out of the Secret Wars run because it's just the colors, the Hulk, Cap, beautiful. And if you've got Secret Wars 1 at 25, then at 24, you got Secret Wars number 8, the origin of the black costume. Then we have at number 23, the first appearance of Dirge, Star Wars, now titled Republic, 52. Dirge is this dude. He was like a cyborg Jedi killer, from what I remember. Way cooler than General Grievous. At number 22, this iconic Todd McFarlane cover on Batman, number 423. And it's a newsstand. So, I love that cover, man. Very freaking cool. Number 21, also in the spotlight recently, because J. Scott Campbell challenged everybody to draw this in his own style. Amazing Spider-Man number 607. Cool black cat cover. Another J. Scott Campbell cover. This was sold exclusively through his website. It is Joker number 1, Joker in Japan variant, and I love that cover. An evil samurai Joker with his geisha gal punchline. I just love that cover so much. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta have that thing. Number 19, got the Savage She-Hulk number 1. Super glad to have this book, but when the omnibus comes out, which why is there not an omnibus of Savage She-Hulk yet? When that comes out, I will probably sell that and just have the omnibus, because why not? Number 18 is another awesome female character that she's, in my opinion, one of the best characters that's been created in like the last 30 years. And she doesn't really get any love or any attention, and I don't understand why, because she's amazing. And this is in Batman 567. It's the first appearance of Cassandra Cain, the best Batgirl, in my opinion. Barbara Gordon's cool and all, but she's much better as Oracle. I'm glad she's back to being Oracle. Star Wars Republic number 51. And this is, I believe, the second appearance of Asajj Ventress. Number, where we at? 16. We have Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, number 4, which is the first appearance of Silk. At number 15 is the only slabbed book that I have. If you're a subscriber, you know what this is. One of my favorite Alex Ross covers of all time, and it's an homage cover, which you know I love. It is The Immortal Hulk #1 in a 9.8. Beautiful cover. I love the purple and green font. Fantastic book. Fantastic cover. Not so much book. Number 14 is Superman Batman Annual #4, which is the first appearance of Batman Beyond in a DC, the main DC continuity, I believe. Number 13 is the first appearance of Jason Todd, Red Hood, Batman 635. And I'm not a huge Jason Todd fan. I just have a lot of Jason Todd keys. I guess all of them. 12? Yes. Number 12, we have Star Wars Outlander #10. Oh my gosh, look how awesome that cover is. It is the first appearance of a shared het, and I'm pretty sure this is the book that made me start buying the series, because I saw a Tusken Raider with a lightsaber and I was like, what is going on? That's awesome. And this Outlander story where Ki-Adi-Mundi meets the Hets is really freaking cool. At number 11, we have the first appearance of Asajj Ventress in Star Wars Jedi Mace Windu. Really awesome book. Another Alex Ross cover at number 10. We have the first appearance of Harley Quinn in DC continuity. The iconic Alex Ross cover. Story written by the equally iconic, in my book, Paul Dini. Number 9, we have Hulk 340. This amazing McFarlane cover with Hulk's reflection in Wolverine's claws. Super cool book. Number 8, we've got Batman Vengeance of Bane #1. First appearance of Bane. Love that book. Number 7, the instantly iconic Detective Comics 880. Beautiful cover by Jock. Super glad to have this book. I wish they would release this book in a $1 reprint so I could use that as my reader copy, because I don't want to touch that book because it is immaculate. I don't have the first appearance of Elektra, which is a book that I hope to get soon. But I do have at number 6, The Death of Elektra in Daredevil 181. And I love Frank Miller's Daredevil so much. It is one of the best runs in comics history. It, in my opinion, was more defining of a run than his stuff with Batman. And that may not be a popular opinion, but he made Daredevil into a serious, awesome, tough character. Whereas before he was a little hokey. And I'm really thankful for Frank Miller's Daredevil. At number 5, I bought this book super early into my collecting career. I was like probably 12 or 13, and my comic shop had all the printings of it, and I didn't know they were printings. I just thought that the colors on the cover was different. And I picked the one that I liked the most, and it turned out to be the first print, and I was super happy of that when I found that out years later. And I immediately went to eBay and bought a second print for my reader copy. But this at number 5 is Batman The Killing Joke. First print by Alan Moore, Brian Boland. Love that book. Number 4, one of my favorite covers of all time, If you're a subscriber, you've seen this book before. It's beautiful. Hulk number 105. Man, I love that cover so friggin' much. And this is the cover that my Slabbed book is an homage to. And I love that cover, man. I'm just gonna look at this cover for a minute. Okay, I'm done. Number 3. This was the first episode of Batman the Animated Series that I ever saw. And for like 10 years, I thought it was the first episode of Batman the Animated Series. I didn't learn that it wasn't until I got it on DVD. And I was like, what? This isn't the first episode? And I watched it. I remember when it came on, we watched it at my cousin's house. And like they treated it like it was the first episode. Because it was like a big deal. We like turned out all the lights and got popcorn. And it was amazing. I was just like, this is incredible. And then like from that moment on, I was watching Batman the Animated Series. But this is Detective Comics number 475, The Laughing Fish. And I just love this story. I love this cover. I love this book. My wife bought me this book for Christmas a couple years ago. And I love comics for Christmas. It's amazing. Number 2. It's the biggest key of this run that I have so far. I hope to get the other books in this run because I'm trying to complete it, but they're crazy expensive. But this is Silver Surfer number 3, the first appearance of Mephisto. And I'm super glad to have that book. You know Mephisto, the dude that's supposed to show up in WandaVision, but Marvel's pathetic now? Ridiculous. So we're at my number 1 book. And my number 1 book is another Alex Ross book. And I don't really understand why I love this book so much. Because it's a really cool book. It's an amazing cover. And I love it. But I can't really tell you why I love it. I just do. But it is Detective Comics 1000 Alex Ross variant. You had to get this through his website, and I did, and it was a hassle because everyone was trying to order it, so nothing was working. But I got one. I should have got 2, but I got one, and I'm very happy to have it. So there you go. There's my top 50 books in my collection. If you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you liked the video, give me that thumbs up if you saw something that you liked. And as always, please be excellent to each other and take it easy.